shoulders, your knees, forearms, and even your wrists. If you're like me, you may be experiencing some pain and discomfort, and it's no surprise. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are more sedentary. We're watching more TV, we're working from home in poor ergonomic workstations, and some of us are even sitting at our workstations for much longer hours. Just last year, I was experiencing chronic knee pain that seemed to have no root cause. Then I met Donna Jones, a physical therapist from Dresher, Pennsylvania, right here in my hometown of Fort Washington, Pennsylvania. And soon I was feeling better. I believe what Donna taught me can help you too. But remember, always consult your primary care physician before beginning any new or alternate treatments. Hi everybody, I'm Jodi Silverman, certified life coach and founder of the Moms Who Dare community and host of In the Nest with Jodi. Today, I have Donna Jones and her daughter Jessica in the nest to help share with us what she feels is the #1 culprit behind much of all of our pain that we experience. Was I was supposed to do this in person with you, Donna, at Dresher Physical Therapy, and because of COVID and the transmission disease, we decided better safe than sorry. Let's hop into Zoom on the nest. And Jessica, thank you for stepping in to be our subject, so to speak, and letting your mom use you to help really better make us feel better. So, you know, Donna, when I came to see you, it was actually a little over a year ago. I had gone to my orthopedist. We had no idea why I was having this lingering knee pain. When I came to you, you were asking about my lifestyle, not just the pain. And you shared with me that you had learned something at a conference. Will you please, first of all, say hi to everybody, tell them again who you are, and then share what you heard at this conference, and we'll get into some examples of how people can maybe feel better.
Okay, good. My name is Donna Jones. I'm a physical therapist at Dresher Physical Therapy. I've been a therapist for 32 years. And as a young grad, I went to Las Vegas and I met Robin McKenzie at this conference. And he stood up there in front of everyone and he said to us, PTs, I want you all to listen up. I have exercises that are named after me. But more important, no matter what your patient's problem is with their spine, you must fix their sitting posture first. And he pointed his finger at us saying, if you do not do this, you have done your patient a disservice. And I sat there thinking, wow, that's pretty powerful because he has a whole system named after him. That must be so important. So from that day on, I've put posture as a priority in treating all my spine patients. And that's where it began, but I was probably a year out of school.
And I remember you talking to me about my posture. And I have to be honest, at first I was like, oh, really? Come on, look at this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to him. And I was like, really? Can't you just fix my knee pain? And I was, you know, frustrated at that time. But I thought, you know what, I've come to Dresher Physical Therapy before, have worked with you before. It is a top-notch operation. And you started to share small little things I could do from the way I sat, some exercises and stretches for me. And I think today you and Jessica are going to illustrate 5 different ways you can work on your posture that could possibly really help alleviate some discomfort and pain. And again, I just want to stress to everybody, always consult your physician, your primary care physician before doing anything, even though these minor changes, they look really simple. Just, you know, just check with somebody. But I started doing the stretches regularly and making some changes. I'm not perfect. I still slump. I still don't always sit well, but I'll share what I incorporated into my life. But I want to get into, you're going to show us 5 ways that we can start improving our posture.
Correct.
Today.
So all 5 exercises are designed to put your body back where mechanically it is supposed to be. So when things are in the right place, the machine works well. But if things are out of place, cumulatively, it adds up to things start breaking down. So the first exercise I'm going to show you is a simple postural exercise where you stand up nice and tall and you take your shoulder blades here and you're going to pinch them down and in. So you're pulling your shoulder blades, turn around. You're pulling your shoulder blades down and in. And relax. Pull them down and in again. So you're squeezing those shoulder blades together right here, holding for about 5 seconds, and you could do it like 15 times.
Okay.
That's the first one.
15 repetitions is what you're
Correct.
saying.
Yes, and that repositions your shoulder blades, because in life, most people's shoulder blades end up here. Well, they belong back here, okay? Number 2 is called shoulder rolls. Again, most people in life, their shoulders start to roll forward. So we're going to try to push them back where they belong. So it's up, back, and relax. And the shoulders belong back here. They don't belong sitting here. So it's repositioning the shoulder joint now to put it back mechanically where it belongs.
Okay.
Okay?
I have to just add that I have a couple friends who are yoga instructors and Pilates instructors. They have this good posture. Those first 2 things that you were talking about, putting your shoulders back, and that they both look like that when I see them standing and walking.
Mm-hmm. The third one I call tall standing. So basically what you want to do, again, in life, people's sternum right here ends up down here, right? So we want to lift that up. So this is the sternum here. You want to pull your belly in, and then you want to relax your shoulders and lift your chest up. So belly's in, chest is up. So that's called a sternal lift, because you're lifting up your sternum. It is not holding your breath. It's just learning to lift your chest up with your belly in, and then standing nice and tall.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so those are 3 quick postural exercises you can do intermittently throughout your day. If you're sitting for a long period of time, get up, throw some in.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be even formal. The 4th exercise, which is for the spine, because in life, most people sit slumped, which causes the back here to bend over. In life, we're supposed to have a natural curve here. This exercise restores that natural curve. So put your hands down here, Jess. Good. And then what you're going to do is keep your eyes level, keep your knees straight, and slide your hips forward, as far as you can. Go, 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 go. Good. No hold, just pause, and then come back up just to your straight. Do it again. Slide your hips forward, keep your eyes level, and up to your straight.
I have done
Great
that.
exercise.
It feels, that stretch always feels really good when I do it. It's like when I get out of the car, like that's the stretch that makes me feel, or if I've been sitting for 20 minutes at my desk and I want to get up and give myself some relief, that just feels so good. And you don't have to go very far to feel that stretch.
Yeah. And so it's just restoring the natural curve here in the low back and trying to counterbalance all the poor sitting that we do. So,
Okay.
but more important than any exercise is how you sit, how long you sit, and what you sit on. So if you're sitting
How we sit, how long we sit, and what we're sitting on.
Correct. So the firmer chair, the easier it is to sit straight. The softer your chair, the harder it is to sit up with good body mechanics. So firm chairs recommended over soft chairs. How long? Even if you're sitting perfect, you should interrupt your sitting every 20 minutes. If you take a 2-second break, it's better than taking no break at all. So it's not like you're going to interrupt your workday for a long period of time, but at least 10 seconds, 5 seconds, get up, take a revolution around your desk and sit back down again. That slight interruption will help your spine. Because if you sit with perfect posture, at 20 minutes, your spine still compresses. So a brief interruption is key, and how you sit. So I'm going to teach Jess how to sit. All right, sit on the chair. So
you know what? I will tell you that I do. When you said that, every 20 minutes, even if you're sitting perfectly, it's the same thing with everything in life. I think we always go to like everything in moderation. Even something good for you for too long of a period of time tends to not be good for you anymore.
Exactly. So
and that's so true.
Yeah. So the big thing, like with people who have jobs that are more sedentary, many people are now buying standing desks. But sometimes they're standing for 8 hours, which is not necessarily good either. So, the idea would be if you had a standing desk, stand for maybe 20, 30 minutes, maybe sit for 15 minutes, and then walk for 2. And
Gotcha.
if you do that cycle throughout your day, cumulatively, nothing adds up as stressful, right? Because you moved a lot. You took in your relatively sedentary job and made it more active.
Yeah, true. All right, so we're going to learn how to sit.
Okay, so how to sit. So slump for me. Slump. All right. So basically, sit at the edge first. Good. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lift your chest all the way up higher, higher, higher till you can't lift anymore. That's called overcorrection. You want to then relax about 10%. And that's where you want to be. So it's overcorrect, chest up higher, higher, higher till you can't lift anymore, and relax till you feel all the strain leave. And that's about 10%. And then the ear, the shoulder, the hip line up. In an ideal world, the hip should be a little higher than the knee. But if it's level, that's okay, but better even if the hip is higher than the knee. So that's hard to maintain because this takes a lot of muscle energy. So Jessica's going to sit for a long period of time, getting up every 20. She can scoot her butt back, lift up your chest again, relax at 10%, and then you can use something like a lumbar roll. So you can buy one, you can roll the towel, you could use anything that you want people to use their coats at the movie theater, and you stick that lumbar roll down as slow as it'll go, and that supports her in good sitting posture. Now, very little muscle energy is expended, but she can still sit well.
Yeah, I found that the lumbar roll, and before I actually purchased one, I used a towel. It did help because I felt like if I didn't have it behind me and I was sitting for 20 minutes, I felt like it took a lot of energy. And I was focusing more on using my energy to stay up straight versus working at my desk.
So the fifth exercise is called a retraction. Probably the most important exercise out there for your neck, because most people end up with forward head posture. So either looking down a lot or chucking your chin down or forward head. So this exercise, you sit up nice and tall, eyes are level, and then you're going to bring your chin back and relax to neutral. So it's not the funky chicken where you're jutting, it's and back to neutral. Go ahead, do it, Jess. Retract. You will look like you give yourself a double chin temporarily, and then relax. You will not create one. The mistakes, you do not want to look up and do it. That's different. You want your eyes level, and then pull straight back. So if you feel like you're giving yourself a double chin, you're doing it correctly, okay?
And how many reps should we do?
So the recommendation would be doing at least 10 reps 3 to 4 times a day for healthy maintenance. But let's suppose a job makes you look down and do something all day long. Then every hour I would get out of it and do your retractions to maintain a healthy spine, because you have to do this. You have to have your head down. There's no better way. Then you better throw some of those in to maintain a healthy neck.
Got it. So those are the
One other point that I think is important, which we didn't touch on, is many people like to read in bed, watch TV in bed, play on their laptops in bed. That's called long sitting when your back is up against the backboard and your legs are out. That puts so much mechanical load on your spine, and cumulatively, that is not a very good thing to do for your spine. So I would tell my patients, don't do it. Exactly, because it puts so much mechanical load on your neck and back that you're asking for trouble over time. It may not happen right away, but eventually it will happen.
Wow.
Yeah, so those are my exercises.
Well, thank you. And Jessica, wonderful, wonderful example you showed of great posture. And Donna, a great reminder for me. So thank you, Donna. Thank you, Jessica. But in the meantime, everybody, if you want to connect with me, because I would love to connect with you, please head over to jodisilverman.com. And as I always say, dare on.